3/4 of a second left side. Win light. Gonna come on for Harbaugh. 15, take 006 to be 3 above the dial, and Troop missed it. Puts it 4th out under and still doesn't get there first. Mike Harbaugh picks up the win. Rick Needham Jr. and Tony Morris coming up next. Needham in the E&E Trucking and D2 Racing back dragster. First in the $8 on the left side. Tony Morris right side in the TMC Carburetors riding his 001 red. Rick Needham was ready. 003, one above 7, puts 20 total together. Morris 001 and 9 foul under. That one was about to get spurty. Chris Roby and Todd Osting coming up next. Roby turns at 5 red, Osting 17 green in the father-son operation, and lights it up dead on for 21 total for Todd Osting. Roby goes 2 above the 510 dial, and after turning it 005 red. Osting will be back for round number 3. Jeremy West and J.P. Schuster next. Schuster left side, 457, 471 for Jeremy West. Wow, this one is nasty. 4, now separate them, and one of them is 4. Win light. Coming on for Jeremy West, 000 and 3 above the dial, and J.P. Schuster 004 and drops the anchor. 460 at 141. He didn't like the way it looked, and he gives a strike to Jeremy West by 3 thou. Win light, right side, 004, getting the better of a 000. Schuster loses an entry right there. Another former winner coming up next, Tyler Bohannon, left-hand side. The slugger dialing 453, 460 for Jimmy Cavanaugh in the all-white dragster right-hand side. Tyler, the manager of US 60 Dragway and a former winner here at the New Year Nationals, will give chase Jimmy Cavanaugh first. Better reaction time to Cavanaugh by 3 thou, but the win light is going to swing back to Tyler Bohannon. Second pair in a row where the better reaction time does not get the win light. Tyler, 10, take 19 to be 3 above. Cavanaugh, 007 and drops the anchor to get behind by 19 thousandths and be 5 above the dial-in. 465 at 139. Win light goes left side. Supercharged dragster comes up next, left-hand side, and Supercharged Truckadarian Bosch dives in 10 on the tree and gets the win light. 11 on the together, 11 total. Right side is 19 on the tree and has no chance. Junior Bunner and Jason Preston next. Junior Bunner, the white dragster out of Dade City, Florida, left side 502 dial-in. 479 the dial-in for Preston in the S&W chassis right side. He'll give chase. Bunner goes first. One bow separates him. Winlight Bunner, 18, take 3 to be 1 above 9. Preston, 2 above 3. 37 10/1000ths margin of victory. Once again, I've called double entered door cars. Double entered door cars. I will now take double entered dragsters. Double entered dragsters to the lanes, please. Double entered dragsters. Double entered dragsters to the lanes, please. Anthony Lorana Jr. getting the win there. 028 dead on the 478 with a 634 total. Glenn Crane is 34 on the tree, dead on 5. Comes up 5 thou short. Good drag race there. 53 10/1000ths margin of victory. Will swing left side. Gerald Amlink and Danielle Mockney. Mockney in the family dragster left side, 482 dial. 481 for Gerald Amlink. Only 100 separate them on the dial-ins. They have a chance to leave almost together. Ladies first by 100th of a second. Gerald Amlink should have this one wrapped up. And he gets out of the gas just enough. 3 above the dial-in. Danielle's car looked like it might not have come up on the 2-step. Goes 505 and late on the tree. Ricky Whiting and Kyle Cotrera coming up next. Cotrera in the first of his 2 entries. 455 dial-in left side. 477 dial-in for Ricky Whiting in the undercover chassis right side. Once again, I have called box double inner door cars. Box double inner door cars. I need you now, please. Box double inner door cars. Box double inner door cars. I will need you now. I will also take double inner dragsters. Double entered dragsters to the lanes, please. Double inner dragsters. Double inner dragsters. I'll take you to the lanes now. Petrera, 455 dial in left side. Ricky Whiting, 477 dial in right side. He gets to go first. Five thou separates him on this fair advantage right side. Win light. Right hand side, Ricky Whiting, 009, get behind 20 to go 2 above the dial in on the drop. Kyle, 14 catches, most of it, and goes through first by 20 to be under by 3 thousandths. Need to take 17 or less. Ricky Whiting helped him out on the drop spot a little, and Kyle breaks out by 3 thou. Chad McKelvin coming up next. McKelvin out of Mississippi in the 2012 American chassis, the blue dragster on the right side, 467 dial-in. Paul Skinger dialing in 463. Guy picked up a $60,000 to win race earlier this year at the Mini Millions in Gainesville, Florida. Stage it up for round 2 right here. Better reaction time to Skinger as Chad flat out missed it. And Paul Skinger takes a Walmart parking lot 38 take 181 to be dead on the 463 with a 7 and gets away with one there. Right side, reaction time started with a 2. Obviously flinched and re-grabbed or something happened, but not a traditional dragster reaction time. Win light, sweeps the Stinger. Michael Carpenter and Mallory Logan up next. Logan right-hand side dials in 451 of the Virginia-based hot rod. Michael Carpenter on his second entry. The Nanner dialing in 482 left side. Once again, I've called box double inner door cars. Box double inner door cars, your final call, please. Box double inner door cars. Box double inner door cars to the lanes. 25 fast separate on one of them, 25 win light. Mallory, Logan. Logan trips it perfect and 4 above the dial, and Carpenter almost made it work. 25, take 21 to be a foul under. Need to take 20 or less and almost threaded the needle. Win light goes to the trip zip reaction time right side. Logan comes back for round 3. Michael Needham and Alan Glatt next. Needham right-hand side 504 dialing. Gets a 6/10 head start from Alan Glatt. Westminster, Maryland-based Miller chassis blown dragster 444 dialing. Needham 008 and under. Wow. Alan Glatt 001 red dead on the 444 with a 0. A foul away from a perfect package, and Alan Glatt is going to be sick. Michael Needham was ready. 008 green and 100th under would have been a good race, but Glatt turns it a foul red. Eric Rawlings and Maverick Palmatier, Big Papa, giving up the wheel to Maverick for his normal ride here, as he is participating on the Junior Dragster side. This ride also gets shared with Ben Stolen every now and then. 455 dial-ins, a pair of them. Eric Rawlings says, I like that dial-in. I'm going to match it in my Shorty Race Tech out of Denver, North Carolina. Yeah, no, not Denver, the other one. This one's slightly closer to Florida. Nine valve separates him, advantage left side, win light left side, Rawlings. 16 dead, 7. Actually, it says Maverick Palmatier, but I was told that it is Big Papa Wyatt who dropped the anchor to get behind by 25 thou. Craig Sarah and Michael Scott next. Scott the right, trailers back to entry, $461 on left side. Sarah, the Worthy chassis, also $461 on the dial in right side. 7th thou separates some advantage. Sarah, win light, will come on for Scott. 017, take 50 for Sarah to be a foul under. Need to take 49 or less. Michael Scott gets the win light on the drop. 24 and above by 4 at 137 miles an hour. And Craig Sarah did not catch all of it, so sent him through, and it worked out well. Michael Scott will be back for round 3. Once again, I need double entered box door cars. Double enter box door cars. I also need double enter dragsters. Double enter door cars and double enter dragsters for box for round number 2. I need you now, please. Corey Ream and Fred Anjay. Left lane Fred, left side. Dallas 447, 471 for Corey Ream, right side. Separates them on reaction time advantage. Corey Ream, win like Corey Ream. 17 dead, 118 total. Anjay is mathematically ineligible, being 22 on the tree. Getting out of the first session of dragsters and into the box double enter door cars. Call the doubles up separately. This is our first one on the second entry. Third gen Camaro left-hand side, 587 the dial, and we'll get the big head start from Allison Holdaway. Holdaway out of Inverness, Florida, the Miller chassis, 518 dial. Once again, double-entered box door cars, double-entered box door cars, and double-entered dragsters. This is your final call to the lanes, please. Box, double-entered door cars, box, double-entered door cars, and double-entered dragsters. I need you. Matching 027 reaction times. Win light will shine for the door car. 027, 2 above the island. Allison Holdaway, 27, take 28 to be a foul under 80, take 27 or less. Win light shines for the Camaro. That'll bring up the left lane Fred Anjay ride, wheeled by Jake Hodge on this go-around. Hodge dials in 580. He'll give the head start by a half a light bulb, 1/4 of a second of handicap to Kurt Harrington. Harrington in the Chevy Chevette left side. Actually, that is not Jake Hodge, my apologies. Jake is running the Troy Williams ride. I've got mine backwards. That is not Jake Hodge. That is left lane Fred Anjay on his second entry. Red light for Fred. Kurt Harrington, 004. One above the island with a 115 total for Kurt Harrington was ready. Fred turns it 2000s red and was holding a little bit in reserve. Jason Alvarez and Robert Ledbetter up next. Alvarez left side, the Puerto Rican-based S10 pickup truck dialing in 613. Gets a head start from Robert Ledbetter. Fort Pierce, Florida-based Pontiac dials in 594. 24 thou separates them, and one of them is 25. Win light. Gonna come on for Ledbetter. Ledbetter got Captain Shaft on board, 25, one above 3, puts 38 total on the window. Alvarez 001, take 39 to be under by 2 thousandths. Needed to take 37 or less, and Ledbetter will get only one wet willy when he comes back, but one car survives. He'll be back for round number 3 on single entry. Johnny Beecher Jr. and Matt Daddis coming up next. Daddis in the Grand Am, right side 599 dial-in. 614 for Johnny Beecher in the Vegas station wagon. Better reaction time to Daddis. Daddis with the win light, 008, take 33 to be 1 above with a 6, put 24 on the window. Beecher, 2 above the dial-in on the drop, and no good. He missed the reaction time, tried to get Daddis to bite on it, but Daddis was dialed in. Once again, my final call for box, door cars and dragsters. Final call for box, round number 2, door cars and dragsters. I need you now, please. Final call for box, round number 2, door cars and dragsters. I will take you now. 68 Chevy Chevelle, left side down in 545. I believe that's the Hamburglar Jr. 545 down in 604 for Missy Goodman. Goodman turns at 6 thou red, so the Hamburglar will come back with extra cheese. 021 and 7 thou under the dial-in. Missy Goodman turns in a 17 thou above performance after being 6 thou red on the let-go. Manuel Solar turns at 2 thou red. Pete DeNova will get the win light. 10 green. 1 above 6. 26 total for DeNova. Manuel Solar, another one. Dead on the dial-in with a 1 with a 002 red light. That's a heartbreaker. We saw Alan Glatt go dead on with a 0 after 001 red. Now Solar dead on 1 with a 002 red light. Darwin Garcia and Maverick Palmatier background on their second entries. Palmatier in the family Aston pickup truck left side down in 596, 587 for Darwin Garcia and the Mustang. Garcia will get the win here as Maverick is 008 red. 25 and 7 thou under for Garcia. He'll pick up the win light though. Maverick takes his foot out of it and goes 3 above the dial-in. Tim Butler and Alfredo Colin in the last door car for the round. Before we get to the bye, 610 dial-in right side, 497 for Butler in the dragster left side. Butler giving chase on a 14-down deficit on the reaction time advantage. Door car, win light, door car. 21 dead on 4, but 25 total on the window. Butler was mathematically locked out with a 035 reaction time. Breaks out by 5 thousandths and still does not get there first. I believe Butler got his first entry through, so should see him back for round 3. Brett Sloan and Cameron Hawkins next. Cameron Hawkins of the Race Tech chassis, 470 dial in left side. Brett Sloan, the Mullins chassis, 457 right side. Hawkins turns at 9 red. Brett Sloat is 19 green and turns at 14 thou. Sean Corman and Justin Harrington coming up next. Corman. Car fell silent right out of the water box, and you can see he was trying to get it fired but cannot do it, so it looks like they're going to push him back, and Justin Harrington may get an opponent broke single here. So Justin Harrington will get an opponent broke single here. Once again, final call, round 2, doubles on both door car and dragster. Harrington looking for 503 and goes 502 with a 6/4 thou under for the racecraft. He'll come back for round number 3. Tough break for Sean Corman as he came out of the water box in the American chassis. He fell silent, so he'll go back to the pits and see if he can get it fixed for day 2. R. Reed out of Indiana and Scott Douglas out of New Hampshire. Next on the starting line, Douglas left side. The New Hampshire-based Dan Page chassis, 475 dialing. R. Reed out of Indiana, no clue who the builder of the dragster is. 488 dialing for him on right side. For Douglas, 6 thou green for Art Reed. He'll get the win light. 487 with a 7 on 48, under by 3 thousandths. Douglas is 13 thousandths over, but turned at 6 thou red. All right, attention in the bits. Attention in the bits. I will take junior dragsters age group 6 to 9 for round 2. Juniors age group 6 to 9 for round 2. I need you to lanes 1 and 2, please. Juniors age group 6 to 9, round 2 to lanes 1 and 2, please. Paul Skinger and Blake Combs next. Skinger turns at 8 thou red on his second entry. Combs double 04 and holding about 4.5 hundredths in his pocket. Skinger goes under by 4 thousandths after turning at 8 thou red. Combs will come back on that entry. Once again, junior dragsters age group 6 to 9. Junior dragsters age group 6 to 9, round 2, lanes 1 and 2. Juniors age group 6 to 9, round 2, lanes 1 and 2, please. Next pair on the starting line, Kyle Cotrera, left side, 453, dialing right-hand side. Scott Miller dials in 476. Miller with the better reaction time, right side. Miller will pick up the win, 007, dead on 9, puts together 16 total. Cotrera, 20. Get there first by 2 thousandths to break out by 6. Good drag race, just did not have any room. Right-hand side will pick up the victory. Once again, I've called age group 6 to 9 to lanes 1 and 2 for junior dragsters round 2. I will take age group 10 to 12 to lanes 3 and 4, please. Age group 10 to 12 for junior dragsters round 2 to lanes 3 and 4. Mike Matty Jr. and JP Schuster's ride, an ex-winner of a 20-grander here during a rain delay New Year Nationals at PBIR. In the famous words of Jake Hodge, Mike Matty likes to potty. Left-hand side, 456 dialing. Fred Anjay, right side of the diamond chassis, dials in 471. Party Hard has 2 thou, separates an advantage, goes to Matty, win light to Matty. 024, dead on the dial with a 125 total for Matty. 26 for Anjay, take 5, break out by 6, mathematically ineligible. Mike Matty is 25 baggage, Frank Anjay is 26 tree. Here comes another good matchup right here. Craig Sarah against Tyler Bohannon. Another former winner left-hand side. The slugger out of US 60 Dragway, 453, dialing left side. Craig Sarah, 460 on the right-hand side. Red for Sarah Bohannon. Is glad there wasn't True Start on because it would have bid him. 014 red right behind him and 447 on the 453. Holding a little bit reserve. Michael Scott and Gerald Hamlick back around on their second entries. The right trailer entry left side, 463 dialing for Scott. He'll give up the head start to Gerald Hamlick. Hamlick right-hand side, 482 on his dragster. He'll go first by 1900ths on the difference of the dial-ins. Once again, I've called junior dragsters for round 2, age group 6 to 9 to lanes 1 and 2, age group 10 to 12 to lanes 3 and 4. Now I will take age group 13 to 17. To lanes 5 and 6, please. Once again, all junior dragster age groups have been called. Age group 6 to 9 to lanes 1 and 2. Age group 10 to 12 to lanes 3 and 4. Age group 13 to 17, lanes 5 and 6. As we are getting close to wrapping up round at number 2 of Box Eliminator here at the 10th Annual New Year Nationals 2024, brought to us by Gaspar Body and Paint. 11 dial separates them, and one of them is 12. Win light coming on for Gerald Hamlick. Getting around the whole shot, 12, 1 above 0, puts together 22 total. Michael Scott, I think, just gave that one back. 001 and 22 above to get 12, 10 thou behind. Got a little happy with the brake pedal down there, and it cost him dearly. 12, 10 thou margin of victory. Gerald Hamlick will get the win. Ricky Whiting coming up next, right-hand side on the second entry. 477 dialing against Adam Russell. Quickest dragster on the property, the blown dragster left side down, 429. Ricky Whiting with better reaction time. Ricky Whiting will pick up the win on this one. 16 total. 10 and dead on the 477 with a 6. Adam Russell dead on the dial-in with a 5, but an 0:35 reaction time left him 24,000 short of the finish line. Our final pair in round number 2 of Box Eliminator, Glenn Crane and Shannon Joseph. Joseph sitting on the wait-and-see buy run, the 63 Chevy 2 Nova out of North Carolina. 5:37 the dial-in. He'll get the head start by almost 9/10 of a second from Glenn Crane. Crane in the last dragster on the property for round number 2 to go down the racetrack. He'll give up the head start on the 4:48 dial-in. Double full red for Shannon Joseph Crane, 37 and 2 above. 61 total gets you a win light here in round number 2. Joseph, red and under the dial-in by 26 thousandths. And that will officially wrap up round number 2 of Box Eliminator.
For nearly 2 decades, our customers have told us time and again, the most important thing when shopping for a new trailer is quality. That's why we take it upon ourselves to visit our manufacturing facilities regularly to find out about new innovations, provide direct customer feedback, and of course, check quality. It's not something that we have to do. We do it because our customers have asked for it, and frankly, it's the right trailer's way.
So we wait for juniors to get into the lanes for the round number next. Actually, it looks like most of them have already answered the call, so as soon as we are good to go, we will roll juniors into the water box for round number 2.
street as I go by. Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go. Every dawn and day I wait. Maybe this time you will stay. I've kept your clothes untucked right where you left them in your drawer. Every effort makes you drift away so far. A never-ending story is surrounding an empty space. I possess the keys, but I'm still locked up in this place. I can't wait no more. No, I can't wait no more. If I wait too long, I might just hit the wall. Every nightfall I'm awake, contemplating my mistakes. Your side of the bed is still unmade in case you see all the things I wanted you to be. The solitude I feel is now consuming my every thought. I try to break away, but I'm still
All right, here we go with round number 2 of the juniors. We're going to get things started here with the age group 6 to 9. Trey Collins and Ian Nunez coming up first. Nunez right-hand side, 1271 dial-in, 1208 for Collins. Left side in an all-Florida matchup. Wow, the first pair out, double O's, a pair of them in 6 to 9 age group. 3,000 separates some advantage. Nunez, win light. Going to come on for Trey Collins, 1222 on the 1208 as Nunez. So it's to a 1288 on the 1270. 006 reaction time left side, 003 reaction time right side. Both drivers coming to play. Win light goes left side. Gavin Dennis and Valentino Melendez. Melendez left side, 1220 that island, 1221 that island for Gavin Dennis. Gavin turns it a little bit red, so Valentino will get the win. 12:33 on the 12:20. 12:34 for Gavin Dennis. Olivia Butler comes up next left side. 12:08 Dylan. 12:06 for Joanna Tillman. And another off-Florida matchup. Better reaction time goes to Butler left side, and Butler will pick up the win. 12:15 on the 12:08. Tillman, 12:10 on the 12:06. Good drag races. Both drivers about the same above their dial-ins. Olivia gets the win. Landon Siegel and Carter DeWeese coming up next. Carter right side out of Kentucky, 12:17 dialing, 12:06 for the Riverview, Florida base of Landon Siegel left side. Siegel with the better reaction time on this one. Siegel's going to pick up the victory on that one. 12:17 on the 12:06. 12:21 on the 12:17. Siegel 0:16 on the tree. Leads to victory for them. Hunter James, the final 6 to 9-year-old. Left-hand side, Fort Myers, Florida-based junior dragster, 1196 dial-in, 890 the dial-in for Peyton Duffin as we start to get into the intermediates. Hunter James is going to get the win as Peyton turns it a painful double 0-1 red. Hunter 12-11 on the 1196 dial-in, and Hunter will survive to round number 3. Carson Wead and Logan Anjay. Anjay left side, Carson right side, win light. I'm going to come on for Carson, 079 and 2 above the dial-in. Anjay, 1 above the dial-in, better reaction time to Carson. Carson will get the win light. Lucas Ramsey and Mila Fagoria. Fagoria will get the win as Lucas turns it 22 thou red. Left side goes under a little bit. 888 on the 892. Right side 895 on the 896. Next pair up, Mateo Soler left-hand side out of Puerto Rico, 890 dial-in, 893 for Ben Short out of Kentucky right side. Only 300 separate them on the dial. Ben Short gets to go first right side in the black dragster. Ben turns a little bit. Look at the win, 892 on the 890 dial-in. Austin Harold and Everly Siegel next. Siegel right side, 892 dial-in, 896 for Harold left side. Just 6 thou separate these two close on the starting line. Who has the dial-in figured out and the finish line? Win light will shine on the right-hand side for Everly Siegel. So both of the Siegel kids going around number 3. Everly dead on the 892 dial-in with a 9. Austin off the dial-in just a little bit, 9 flat on the 896. 29 thousandths margin of victory comes on for Everly Siegel. So Everly and Landon Siegel will go to round number 3. That brings up Colton Lindquist coming up next, right side, 898 dial-in, 908 for Ryder Kellogg left side. 1/10 of a second difference on the dial-ins. Ryder gets to go first. Colton, 9th hour red. Kellogg will get the automatic win. 904 on the 908. Ryder Kellogg will move on. Colton just a couple of foul under the dial-in after turning it 009 red. All right, attention in the bits, attention in the bits. Mike Scott, car number 231X, Mike Scott. You get the best losing package thanks to our friends at Easy Life Motorsports for round number 2 in box. You can come to the top floor of the tower and pick that up. Five thou separates that pair, advantage left side, but the win light will come on for Bryce Troop, right side 048 and 3 above the dial-in, left side 5 above the dial-in, 11 foul, margin of victory, good drag race at the finish line. Win light comes on right-hand side. Here's a couple of Bradenton regulars, Molly Banger and Brailla Browning. Browning right-hand side, 9 flat the dial-in. Randy Banger and Molly Banger left side, Molly dialing in 891. Better action time on this one goes to Briella Browning, right side. Win light will come on for Browning. 31 above 8 gets the win light. Molly dead on the dial-in with a 5. A little bit of a hole shot goes to Briella Browning, and Briella will come back for round 3. Jay Santiago out of Orlando comes up next left-hand side in the El Jefe Junior Dragster, 904 dial-in. 890 the dial-in for Maurice Ferrer, right side. The Oviedo Flores Junior, 890 the dial-in, right side. Better reaction time goes to Ferrier. And Ferrier will pick up the win light as Santiago has problems and slows to an 11-second pass. Ferrier, 896 on the 890 will bring Ferrier back for round 3. Katie McLean and Sedona Gotsis. Gotsis goes red. So Caden will get the win light. 028 and 898 on the 891. Sedona one above the dial line after unfortunate turn on the red light in the Corvette Roadster. Skylar Carpenter turning it red right-hand side, so Grayson Elliman will get the win light. The Land O'Lakes, Florida junior dialed 890, goes 895 left side. Jane England and Autumn Shipley next. Shipley out of Bonneville, Tennessee next left side, 902 dial-in. 890 for the Ohio-based junior of Jaden England right side. A little bit of a red light there for Autumn Shipley, so that will end her evening. Jaden England will move on. 880 on the 890 dial-in. Exio Colin coming up next left-hand side. The Orlando, Florida-based junior, 890 dial-in. Kylie Mockney in the Double O Belief Show Mafia and Moneybags Mockney entry, 890 dial-in right side. About 200 separate them on reaction time. Win light coming on right side for Mockney. 896 on the 890. 899 for Cullen on the 898. Foul margin of victory and a good drag race at the finish line. Mockney will pick up the win. Yaudiel Melendez coming up next on the left side. 816 dial-in, 802 for Easton Hodge. Red light for Melendez by 12 thou, so Easton Hodge will move on. 799 on the 802 dial-in. We'll get the win light and move Easton into round number 3. Bobby Starr and Mallory Stewart up next. Starr left-hand side of the Mike Boss chassis. 799 and 801 for Mallory Stewart. Bobby Starr turns on the red lights, so Mallory Stewart will get the win looking for 801. And goes 804. Starr turns it 2 above the dial-in after turning on the red light. Mallory Stewart will come back in the West Virginia-based American chassis for round 3. Justin Kendall and Deegan Kellogg next. Kellogg got a 4 to right side, 810 the dial-in, 794 for the Ohio-based dragster of Justin Kendall left side. Deegan with the better reaction time, right-hand side. And Deegan works the throttle pedal just right to get the win. 807 on the 810, under by 3. Kendall under by 39 thousandths. 9 thou margin of victory on the double breakout. Ian Gutenart right side, Bo Sims left side, win light. Will swing to Sims, 047, gets around the 001 on a double breakout, under by 3 thou left side, under by side. Ian, 001 and can't get the win light. Sims will get the win and move to round 3. Evan Mulcher and Lindsey Preston next. Better reaction time, Mulcher left side. Winlight will swing for Mulcher. 8:06 on the 8:02 with the better reaction time. Lindsey, 2 above the dial-in, but the better reaction time for Mulcher gets him a 38th margin of victory. Josh Roby and Matthew Peterson up next. Roby left-hand side, 790 dial-in on the Fort Wayne, Indiana-based half scale. Peterson out of Punta Gorda, Florida, 2024 mile half scale, 798 dial-in right side. Red light for Josh Roby. Matthew Peterson gets to win 0:36 and under by a couple hundredths. Roby goes 785 on the 790. Curtis Peak and Chase Renault. Renault out of Arizona, 790 dial-in right side, Curtis Peak. Quitman, Georgia-based junior. Perfect on the reaction time for Curtis, who is aging out after this event. Win light. Curtis Peak, 000, take 24 to be above by 8. Jace missed it a little bit and puts it 5 above the dial-in. No good. Curtis Peak on the trip zip. Perfect reaction time will come back around. Haley Pumphrey and Nick Kaysen. I do believe Haley is aging out after this event. Haley, right-hand side out of Maryland, is also aging out after this event. Nick Kaysen dial-in 790, left side out of Michigan. Haley's got some work to do as Nick has the better reaction time. And Nick will pick up the win, who also is aging out after this event. 797 on the 790. Haley misses it a little bit. Closer to the dial-in, but slightly slower on the reaction time, so Nick gets the win. Tanner Mockney and Ava Taberzi. Taberzi out of Michigan in the Huddleston-based junior, 790 dial-in. Tanner in the right trailers entry out of Venice, Florida, 803 dial-in. About 300 separate these two on reaction time advantage. Left side, win light. Comes on left side, 11, take 9 to be 5 above the dial, and Tanner, 40, 3 above. Good drag race, 92 ten-thousandths of a second. Separate them at the finish line. Ava gets the win, and the Michigan-based junior will come back for round 3. Colt Som comes up out of Oklahoma next, right-hand side, 798 dial-in. Ricky Bobby making a cameo appearance left side, 7 dial-in. Colt Som will turn on Bobby on fire in left-hand side. 792 on the 790. He'll be signing autographs later, so he has something to do with his hands. Left side moves on to round 3. Stan McAllister comes up next left side, and Cade Renault coming up right side. Second one out of the Renault family out of Arizona, 792 dial in right side, 794 for McAllister out of South Carolina left side. $49,000 separates them, and one of them is 49. Win light comes on for Cade. 000, take 004 to be above by 8. Stanton almost made it work. 49 and above by 4, and comes up 46 ten-thousandths short. Cade, nice job of driving at the top end. Will get the win light, and that is the second 000 of juniors. Advantage on the reaction time. Parker DeWeese, left side, win light. Parker, the Kentucky junior dragster, will move on. 17, take 17 to be 7 above. Haley Nye on the right side, 41 and 6 above, comes up 17,000 short. Parker moves on to round 3. Leah Werner and Olivia Seacoast. Seacoast out of Ohio right side, 799 dial-in, 790 the dial-in for the Michigan half-scale left side. Olivia with the better reaction time, and Olivia will get the win. 037, take 45 to go 8 above the dial-in. Leah slows to an 802 on the 790. Right side gets the win on that one. Gavin Pine and Carden Groves next. Groves out of Maryland, left side, 799. 803 for Gavin Pine out of California, right side. Groves better reaction time left side, and Groves with the win. 006, one above the $790 with a 5, puts a 21 pack together. Gavin Pine, not a bad lap. 25 green, takes 7 to be 11th foul under, and had no chance, was mathematically locked out. Francis Vignola up next left side, $796, $794 for Jackson Summers, right hand side. Fourth thou separates is Francis and Jackson Winlight. Comes on for Jackson, 795 on the 794. 8 flat on the 796 for Francis. Comes up just a little bit short. Winlight, Jackson. Our next pair on the starting line, Peyton Rawlings out of Denver, North Carolina. The Mike Boss green chassis left side. 780 Island, 816 for Jackson Greiner. Greiner out of Pennsylvania, the half scale right side. Two thou separates them on reaction time. Advantage left side, Winlight. Going to come on left side, 795 on the 790. Jackson goes 822 on the 816. 18 thou margin of victory goes to Peyton Rawlings. All female starting line, good matchup right here. Ava Ward and Savannah Highhouse. Savannah out of Middleburg in the half-scale American-themed dragster right side, 791 dial-in. Ava Ward out of South Carolina. The Mike Boss chassis on the opposite side, 790 dial-in. Savannah, perfect trip, zip reaction time, and Savannah will get the win. 797 on the 791 with a perfect reaction time. Ava a little bit late and under by 11 thousandths. No good. Savannah Highhouse will pick up the victory. Attention in the bits, round number 3, foot brake. Foot brake, I need you now, round number 3, tower side staging lanes, please. Remember, I will call foot brake, no box, and doubles separately. Foot brake only, foot brake. For round 3, I need you now, foot brake, I need you now. Jaylee Sauer will get the win in the main-based Mike Boss chassis as Ryan Roberts turns it red. 792 on the 790. Roberts under by a little bit after turning it red. Haley Shook and Connor Floyd next. Floyd out of Georgia, right side, 790 dialing. 805 for Haley Shook in the Toxic Burst Junior Dragster. Better reaction time to Shook, win light to Shook. 028 and 8 above the dial-in. Connor, 7 above the dial-in. Win light. Come on for Haley Shook, and she'll come back. Or Haley will come back for round number 3. Joseph Jesus coming up right side on Puerto Rico, and CJ Short out of Kentucky left side. Better reaction time to Short, win light to Short. 820 on the 817, above by 3. Joseph above by 4, 813 on the 809. Better reaction time to Short, and Short will move on. Yanir Vasquez comes next left side, 790 dial-in, 807 for Landon Kennedy. Kennedy out of Pennsylvania, right side. We'll get to go first on the dial-in difference. Vasquez will give chase. Once again, I have called foot brake, round 3, foot brake, round 3 to the tower side staging lanes, please. Foot brake, round 3, foot brake, round 3 to tower side staging lane, please. Wait and see buy run for round number 3 of the no box category is Paul Allen, car number P202. Landon better reaction time. Landon gets the win. 813 on the 807, 6 above. Vasquez, 796 on the 790, 6 above. Landon, 009 on the tree, gets the win light. And the Pennsylvania-based half scale will move on. Hunter Dowling and Matty Clark next. Dowling left side out of Gainesville, Florida, 790 Island for the Goolsby Racing Enterprises dragster. Matty Clark out of Ohio will stage up on the opposite side, 790 Island right side. $17,000 separate them on the reaction time. Win light comes on for Matty Clark. Clark 794, Dowling 798. 54,000's margin of victory. KJ Turner and Emily Stauba next. Stauba out of New Jersey, right side, 798 dial-in, 803 for KJ Turner out of Virginia, left side. Better reaction time to Stauba. Stauba gets the win light, 809 on the 798, above by 11, as Turner has problems and slows to an 821 on an 803. John Butler left side turns at 13th. Renzo Landon Shipley in that Tennessee-based half scale will get the win. 056 and under by 37 thousandths on his 810 dial-in. Edwin Manzano and Blake Combs next. The Mike Boss Chassis Craft dragster out of Tennessee, right side. 790 dial-in, 792 dial-in for Edwin Manzano out of Davenport, Florida, left side. Once again, I need foot brake, round number 3, foot brake, round number 3. I need you now, please. Foot brake, round number 3. I need you now. Couple of good reaction times. Win light comes on for Manzano. 12, take 44 to be above by 2 as Combs slows to 5 above after a very respectable 0.25 reaction time. Win light, Manzano. Will Willard and Megan Kaysen next. Kaysen in the American chassis out of Michigan, 790 Island, 830. For Will Willard, left side out of Virginia. He goes first. Ninth out separates him on reaction time advantage. Kaysen, win light. Will swing to Will Willard. Willard, 834 on the 830. Gets around the hole shot 8 at 798 on the 790. 29th out margin of victory. Comes on left side. Braxton Scott and Dylan McNichol next. The FTI Lucas Oil and Hoosier Special for Dylan McNichol out of Northport, Florida. The McIlvain chassis, 791 Dylan. Braxton Scott on the right. Trailers entry, 790 Dylan left side. Couple of Florida-based juniors. .400 separate him on reaction time advantage. Braxton Scott, win light. Will come on for Braxton Scott, 007, get there second to be 7 above the dial, and Dylan 047 and under by 25 thousandths. Took just a little bit too much stripe, and Braxton Scott gets the win. Attention in the bits, attention in the bits. I have called foot brake round 3, foot brake round 3. I will now take no box. No box and foot brake round number 3, lanes 5 and 6, please. No box and foot brake lanes 5 and 6. Keep in mind I will call doubles separately. Once again, foot brake and no box. Foot brake and now no box. Round 3, I will take you to lanes 5 and 6, please. Bud Trammell the second, another aging out junior left side. 8 flat the island for the South Carolina-based hot rod. 813 for Paul Stauba out of New Jersey. Stauba will go first. Trammell gives chase. Stauba with the better reaction time right side. And Stauba with the win, 824 on the 813 as Trammell is 9 above the island. Stauba with the better reaction time. And Paul will pick up the win. Move to round number 3. Dexter Gomez and Holden Bell next. Ohio representing right-hand side, 806 Island, 790 Island for the North Carolina-based hot rod of Bell left side. Dexter Gomez, better reaction time. Dexter with the win, 8:11 on the 8:06. 5 above the dial in right side. Holden Bell, 7:95 on the 7:95 above left side. Better reaction time gets Gomez the win. Riley Scott comes up next. The second of the Scott family right trailer entries. 8:30 dial in left side. Jason Stewart out of St. Petersburg, 8 flat the dial in right side. Couple of Florida-based junior dragsters. Riley Scott gets to go first by 3/10 of a second. Once again, I have called foot brake and no box. Foot brake and no box, round number 3. Take you to the lanes 5 and 6, please. Foot brake and no box. Foot brake and no box. I'll take you for round 3. Lanes 5 and 6, I am called doubles separately. So once again, if you are doubled, call you separately. You need to be a little bit quicker on round 3. We're going to start to get down to a smaller number. I believe we are down to a total of 53 cars remaining on the no box side. Stewart turns at 9 foul red, so Riley will join Braxton for round 3. Goes 8:31 on the 8:30 dial in. Stewart slows to an 8:17. Carson Wead comes up next out of Wisconsin in the half scale left-hand side. Huh? My apologies. Carson already has run the age group. This is actually Carson Denny. Or Jordan Denny, not Carson Denny. I'm mixing up both of them. You can tell I don't have enough energy drinks. Left-hand side, Jordan Denny, last night's aging out shootout winner. 796 dialing for Jordan Denny. Right-hand side is Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson with the sparkly glove on, dialed in 793. Jordan Denny with the better reaction time, and Jordan keeps the win lights coming. 0:38, takes 16 to be above by 13. Right side above by 12. Jordan gets the whole shot aided victory. Your final pair of round number 2, and it's a couple of aging out juniors, Matty Douglas and Wyatt Big Papa Palmatier. The man who makes Miracle Grow jealous, Wyatt Palmatier out of DeLand, 4808 dial in right-hand side. Matty Douglas sitting on the wait-and-see buy run in the New Hampshire-based Mike Boss chassis, 791 dial in. And Wyatt, beard must have gotten in the way of his vision. 015 red, so Madison Douglas 017 green and 795 on the 791. So Madison will come back for round number 3. That'll wrap up round number 2 of junior dragsters and round number 2 of competition. So we're going to touch on sprinkles. So the weather forecast has been drastically changing for tomorrow from what we looked at less than 24 hours ago. So we will aim to be on the racetrack at 8:30 if everything is in good condition. Obviously, that is subject to change, but our plan is to be on the track at 8:30 with round 4 of foot brake and no box. We will run the rest of that race to completion and then make a decision based on where we are on time factor. So once again, we will finish round 3 tonight. That is the plan. So if you get a win light, provided you are not doubled, put them in the box, you are done for the evening. We will aim to come back round 4 of this event tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning and starting again with foot brake and no box. We will run the race to completion before we start our next one. And we will look at the weather forecast as well as our options before we make any announcement about the next one. So keep that in mind. Again, we appreciate everybody's patience. The weather forecast for today was supposed to be very clear. Again, over 4 hours of downtime. We appreciate everybody's patience for helping us get that in. If you take all of that out, first round, 536 cars completed in just over 4 hours time. That is slightly less than 1 minute per pair. And we appreciate each and every one of you making the efforts to help us do that. So we will prep the racetrack and get ready for round number 3 of foot brake and no box. Box door cars. We will call you after doubles for foot brake and no box. So again, we have called foot brake and no box for single entries. We will call the doubles next, and then we will call the box door cars for single entries. So again, working here with the Bradenton staff, we do not want to run anybody into a curfew status if we can't help it. So we want to make sure we keep everybody online. We appreciate your part in doing so today. We appreciate your part doing so for round 3. Once again, one other thing that we have just been alerted to, the fuel station has been closed for the evening, so if you need fuel, they will be open again tomorrow morning. As soon as we have somebody on site to run the fuel station, we will make the announcement. Again, fuel has been closed. My apologies for not saying anything about that earlier as we were dealing with several things up here in the tower, so if it inconvenienced anyone, again, my apologies. We will announce when fuel is open tomorrow morning.
up your dreams to your